Hi, I'm Nina Kelly and I'm the CEO of Safe New Futures, and we help vulnerable and marginalised young people and also adults to find new ways forward in their lives, supporting them into meaningful education, training and employment opportunities. And we do this by running online, holistic, partnership-based training programs that turn people's lives around from feeling that they have no hope to feeling excited about their future. Our 6-month cognitive behavioural therapy-based training programs provide people with a safe place where they find a supportive group of like-minded people, which enables them to realise that they are not alone in their problems. The peer support 2 days a week for 5 weeks propels individuals forward into fulfilling work, training or employment, which totally transforms the lives of both the individual and their families. We work closely with all types of partners. Emma Forder at CTech is one of them. You can hear her speak at our AGM.
Same eligibility, so everybody has to have a barrier to work. Now that could be either a mental or physical barrier to work, and we will look at all the avenues available to us to support them back into work. So I know Nina's mentioned a few times today that, you know, Safe New Futures is a small charity, but what they give to our participants is huge, and it doesn't do them credit at all to say that, you know, what they deliver is small. It's not, it's huge. We've had nearly 100 referrals with them since April this year. Every Monday and Friday I sit down with my team and I say, right, who are you referring over to Safe? And then we have this abundance of like, when's the next course, what are we doing? Because we've seen how much they have helped change the lives of our participants. They actually move them closer to work. But what I always say to my team is that the referral needs to be at the right time. Don't waste the referral. If they're not ready for Safe, let's wait. We've got 15 months to work with them, so let's not waste that referral. I have to say we've never had anyone say that it wasn't useful, it hasn't helped me. You know, the confidence, the resilience building, and how they walk back into our office after, you know, the period they've been with Safe is just huge. They're smiling, they're happy, their stature has changed, their approach has changed, they're ready for work. And it really helps us, because even though I've got my own trainer to deliver a suite of courses, to go to Safe and then to come back, we see that smile and that change. And if you'd seen Ding today, he grins from ear to ear. He came to me, he was one of our participants, and he'd lost his job over COVID. He was a manager with Halfords, and he'd had his confidence destroyed at point of COVID. I'm not going to say anymore, but he literally sat there shaking, in tears at one point, and we were like, do you know, this is fine. And even though, you know, we went past the shaking, the sweating and the tears, it was one of the best interviews I've ever done. Competency-based interview, and the answers he gave were just superb. And now I sit and I listen to him, and he empathises with everyone that walks through his door. He's got a caseload of nearly 70, but every single one of those participants comes back. His footfall is one of the best of my team. They still come back and see him every 2 weeks. He gives them a reason to walk through the door. And I think that's because he's been on the programme, he's been on Safe, and I hear him every time. He's like, let me tell you about Safe New Futures, let me tell you what they did for me.
Right, Safe New Futures helped change my life. They really helped with the way that I perceived things. They helped to change my way of thinking. They gave me the confidence to get back out there, get a job, and now I'm in full-time employment, and I have Safe New Futures to thank for that.
We're helping around 300 people per annum, and this year already have seen more than 80% of course participants significantly improve in self-esteem, job search, feeling less depressed and less anxious. Our progressions into employment, education and training have increased from 57% last year to 63% this year, as you can see from this graph. And although our impact is considerable, our ethos is one of always wanting to do better. One of our goals is to improve the feedback system, to reduce the number of unknowns and also increase the number of people into employment. The demand for our services has changed over recent years with the severity and also the amount of mental health issues that people are presenting with, which has increased exponentially since the pandemic actually. Whereas before, the majority of participants finished the 5-week full-day sessions ready to work, they now need much more support to take those all-important first steps into employment. In addition to putting on an additional 14 workshops, We are developing much closer collaboration with existing partners across Hampshire and Surrey, and we'd like to increase and deepen these collaborations. We pride ourselves on providing a holistic approach to programme participants, and that's necessary for them really to obtain and maintain fulfilling employment. I'm joining the Hampshire Leadership Forum to represent voluntary sector partners to holistically enable people to move into employment. And this will cover various areas from health, leisure and learning to well-being, finance and housing to ensure that people are able to move into economically sustainable futures. We'll be working with our advisory board to make this happen. The University of Southampton are working with us to continue our series of white papers, videos and podcasts on modern day issues that we love to ignore, which has started off with an in-depth look at loneliness. We're moving into new areas, providing support to people with particular needs, such as those living in poverty or with autism and other neurodiverse conditions. We've grown significantly over the past few years and plan to continue our growth and partnerships with the NHS in particular to support increasing and different types of cohorts of people. Your funding is critical to delivering and expanding our programmes, which currently serve 300 individuals annually. With your support, we can increase the amount of support we provide to even more beneficiaries. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for listening.